Hi, my name is Shefuvi Pfithu. I am 21 years old and I am a cancer survivor. And this is a mirror to my life's evolvement. You know, they say it's the experiences that we go through in life that changes the way we think and we perceive life. And I think that's exactly how my story went and how it all began. Growing up, I was a fun-filled, a very cheerful, and a very carefree kid because I almost had everything I desired to have. But life got harsh when at the age of 12, I had to lose 3 pillars of my life within a span of 5 months. My 2 loving grandparents whom I grew up with ever since I was born because my parents were away from home for some certain purposes, and my dad whom I was the closest with, and not forgetting losing my grandmom and my dad within a span of 2 days. This grief shocked my younger self to a point where I didn't exactly know what I was feeling and what I was going through. But life had to go on, hence it went on. Little did I know that something more tragic was waiting for me when at the age of 16, I was diagnosed cancer. Overwhelmingly killing all my growing cells, but gratefully having a greater chances of survival. I did survive through God's grace and my loving family's support and prayers. But something in me changed, my mindset. Because through the process of trying to survive, it was a very traumatic phase. It was dark, gloomy, and a little too harsh for such a young girl. I still remember feelings of not being able to share my pain with anyone because everywhere I look at it, I felt like I was a burden to my loved ones. It was not the physical pain that was painful, but my emotional well-being was more intensely harmed. Because through it all, I was judged for being the friend, I was judged for being sick, and I was also being called as being cursed. But now, as I look back to this phase, as I look back to this traumatic phase, I felt like, and I feel that cancer was destined for me. And God set this purpose for me to renew something in my life. Cancer made me understand life better. It taught me the ugly truths of life, and also it taught me about the beauty behind every pain. It was a battle, of course, but not only that, it was a faithful persistence of me trying to live with strength. And I believe and I know that cancer is something beautiful that happened to me. Over the years, I've had the opportunity of meeting cancer patients and cancer survivors who have started to accept the way they are, and they're living life as if nothing happened so beautifully. And this has only taught me that I might not have gone through so much pain physically as them, but the lessons that I was made to learn at such a minor age was nothing sort of a miracle. Moving on in the year 2019, after having gone through so many challenges and changes in my life and maturing earlier than my peers, I decided to take a step up in trying to feel closer to the person that I was meant to be and that I wanted to be. Hence, with no connection and knowledge, I jumped into the field of pageantry where I thought if it was God's will, I can make it. Surprisingly, I made it out. I made it out as one of the district winners of Nagaland and astonishingly creating an impact by being the first beauty queen from my tribe. Once the crown was placed on my head, I was constantly trying to think what I should do, what must be done. Within a very short period of time, I understood the feeling of winning and also the feelings of failing. People watching me and hearing me out must have felt that the achievement that I've had was small and it was not worthy, but at that moment, at that time, the title that I won was something truly worth it for me because I was finally learning to take baby steps to go forward in life. With the availability of time and my constant thinking of what I should do and what I must do, I started a project under the title Sustainability in Self-Efficiency, Embracing Womanhood, where I was able to create an impact in the lives of 17 women by providing them skill development training. My mission and aim towards this project was to sustain them because seeing them go through so much because of financial instability and also physical and domestic abuse at times just because they were not able to provide as their husband was an ache in my heart. My project aimed at giving them training such as basic home uses where they can sell these products and sustain their lifestyle, their livelihood. It created an impact in their lives, and not only in their lives, but their lives also impacted me to think and grind harder so that I can help people like them. This mission has been a very beautiful one, and it also remains as one of the most beautiful things that I've ever done in my life because I look forward in doing so much more ahead with this very project. With the availability of time and the suffocation that I felt during the pandemic, I again started a mini label under my name, named Suno, which in Spanish word translates to dream, to remind me that I have a dream and a vision that I want to succeed in life. Suno is an online-based business where I sell handmade hair accessories ranging from scrunchies to headbands. It is a small business, but it reminds me to grind harder in life, and also it reminds me of the ultimate dreams that I have. Hence, I believe Suno and I also would sprout its flowers in the future. The reason to why I started off with my story is because every season in my life was different and beautiful, and it is through the traumatic phases and the failures that I face in life that taught me to be a more reliable, more intelligent, and a better person than I was yesterday. It is still a constant battle for me to try to survive every day, from waking up every day to taking medications that are expected of me to take till my last breath, from feeling the pressure of being the only hope for so many of my loved ones. It's never easier, but always harder, but also it always makes me stronger. All this has only made me understood and taught me to have a positive outlook on life. And please note that this isn't a story to get your attention or your pittiness, but it is a learning opportunity for me to be more me, to be vulnerable about my emotions, my feelings, my story, and be that somebody who can be relatable to somebody out there. Because I feel that if we start being vulnerable with our feelings and our story, somebody out there who needs to hear this would not feel so alone. So, to anybody feeling hopeless and going through so many things in life out there, just be reminded that there is sunshine behind every dark cloud, and no amount of darkness can overshadow your light if you let your hope and your faith win over you all the times. So don't stop where you are at right now. Always be thriving, keep going, keep striving for excellence, and let's dream, think, and do.